And if you could, would you see, look anyway, into my head and out my eyes? Then again, I myself do not consider my mind to be lodged cranially, and if its nature is devoid of definition, then more importantly, all of this that occupies my attention is for what purpose? When, as if a ram in a thicket, I believed myself at the center of things, myself, my mind, or what? The world headquarters. I was among their trees, whose twig tips scribbling on the sky revealed the emptiness to which I refer. No object, no subject, no obstacle. This came to me. All these trees want is to tree. See how they spread themselves upwardly, swaying and creaking, voicing the bare sky in late March. They do not wait to leaf, have not a thought for their imminent buds. They do not lack, but have grace and strength, more than enough to stand before the wind, and all else demanding that they change. once more, who dance in unison, who sing the March wind up into their branches. See where their limbs are entwined, unthinkingly like lovers? Among our kind, simply holding hands is proven to alleviate pain, and to graze the body of another can induce ecstasy. Regard your own fingers, branching as mine do on this page, where I inscribe these words, on this desktop stained with the prints of time, its wooden surface planed smooth, perhaps 100 years ago, a living tree. What is the reach of your identity? Touch, like sight, is photons streaming from our sun to us and streaming through. We are this stuff gloriously, and all flesh being grass, therefore photosynthetically. So say the fire cherry trees, where they hold themselves, black and bare, wind-tossed on the depthless blue. So the next two pieces, the first one I'll read solo, and the second one we'll do together. The next two pieces are all from the section in the book World Headquarters, from which all the poems are taken. That section which is titled Ad-Dawa, which in Arabic is the oldest name for Doha, which is the capital of Qatar, which is in the news a lot lately, if you're paying attention. So I lived there for 4 years, and I taught at Weill Cornell Medicine. I was alone most of the time. My wife was there for 1 semester. She didn't like it much. We continued to have a long-distance relationship, but I stayed for a total of 4 years, and I wrote quite a few poems. You can read about them in Abdallah, in World Headquarters. Also, I have a copy here tonight of my memoir called Desert Wind, My Life in Qatar. Be happy to talk to you about that and about the Middle East, which I know a thing or two about. So this first one is titled Women's Work. An effort, this, the paring off of cherry flesh, the plucking out of stones, ripe, too ripe, wrapped tight in cellophane. I saw the lattice of white mold upon too many of the bright black cherries on their tray of styrofoam, even as my mouth began to water. Took up the sharpened blade, and sitting at my table, plates and bowls before me, TV tuned to PM entertainment, cut and watched the juices flow. My fingers stained like henna, thought of how the chic cloaked women of this town will sometimes flourish hands completely laced with red-brown dye. Mending is a lady's art. A man would never wear it. In India, a bride whose palms and wrists have been so decorated doesn't work for several days about the house. Then, like me, she might well choose the sharpest knife to whittle sweet away from rotten meat to cut the seed out from the core. Or else a kitchen maid will do the chore. That's who I am right now. Master of these changes. Master of my house. falling. You could tell the rain, you could tell it, stop, and it didn't. But sometimes it did what you said. Then, after dark last night, the fireflies arrived. Some of them burning so bright, they left trails on the wet, wide air. Little rockets, fairy-like, insect, intelligent, mysterious lights.
It's wonderful to be here to share poem and piano music with you at this enchanted garden. It's quite magical. Peter and I met in 2014, and we attended the residency program as individual artist and writer. So this is a homecoming for both of us. And the composition you just heard is by Felix Mendelssohn, who is a romantic composer from the Romantic era. And it's titled Song Without Words. So the pieces are written in the texture of songs. It has a beautiful melody and accompaniment. And we thought it would be quite appropriate to put words to that composition. And the next composition is it's a Chinese piece that is transcribed based on a traditional Chinese melody for thousands of years. And would you like to say a word about the poem?
So this musical piece, which I have some words for, was actually the first thing that she and I jammed on all those years ago. So she was playing, and I was listening, and I improvised words to go along with it. I knew the feeling of it, and I'm very interested in Asian art, both Chinese and Japanese art especially. And so this composition now, this collaboration, takes us right back to when we were first working together, and we never forgot the quality of that. And then some years later, we got in touch with each other and said, what about if we worked up a show together, and let's use that particular musical piece, The Autumn Moon Reflected in the Lake, and I have some poems to go with it. So these are 6 poems. I'll read them all serially. 6 poems after Reading Shoitsu. And Shoitsu is a 13th century Japanese Zen master. So I had been reading some of his writings, some of his talks, and because I am a student of Zen, I got inspired and I wrote some poems in response. It's an old tradition to do that. So here we go, 6 poems after Reading Shoitsu with the autumn moon reflected in the lake. October 5th, 2014. There is here no before, after. Now won't become something new. Forever the leaves refrain from falling. Where is the sun rising? November. These last leaves of maple and box elder, the black locust finally coins and feathers on the wet lawn. I rake and sweep the stepping stones beside a stream. In another country, a man clicks his keys and reads aloud to himself. These last leaves. 17 syllables. Fallen leaf. Right now, it goes beyond birth and death. Your Buddha nature. Warm blood. You don't know it, but you're living on a mote of dust, and your life is the span of a dust mite's life. Actually, you do know this, but you think of yourself as a mammoth, or a saber-toothed tiger killer, or are you another kind of mammal? Snowblind. Look to the right, look to the left, above you and below you, a pure white world. When you have the view, make use of it. If you can't believe your eyes, use mine. After Shoitsu, the inner light, the outer light, where are they when you open your eyes? Asleep, your dreams have difficult stories to tell. Why can't you accept the marvelous world was never born? What appears like a mirage is like a mirage. What appears like a god is like a god. And devils wear horns because you believe in them. One moment awake is one more moment of illusion if you cling to words. This is my poem for my wife, Mary. In my poem, people with love bags use flea fairies. I say the horse and a debit card. I say that lady has nothing on you. Okay, you go. Okay, in my poem you go. That's okay too. In my poem, the ding-dong, the catfish, the kraut in a jar, colors of ginger and flesh, rose and rust and kettle black, liver and lime. I stuff it home. I can and I bake and I toss my salad with anchovies. Do you recall the robot caller calling about electrical heating coils for the cellar? What about the Pinot Grigio our friend drank from a broken glass? The blind cat. The rider, head to toe in black, trackless on the track, held back. The canvas marijuana satchel, scented until Christmas. It was Thai basil. Ho, ho, ho. In my poem, I forget. In my poem, it snows, and I like it 6 feet deep. I like the gardenias potted on the balustrade, a long guardrail, and headlights for peace. In my poem, everybody has more sex forever, and the children Satie and a film festival. In my poem, another archipelago. But don't you like it here? Where do you think your coffee comes from? So this piece of music by Erik Satie, called Gnossienne, is one of several very unusual compositions. Nobody quite knows why Satie titled this and a couple of others as Gnossiennes. He invented the word, although it's quite obvious that it derives from an ancient Greek word, gnosis, right? Some of you know that word, spelled with a G in front. And that word is still in usage. It means knowledge. It means a particular kind of knowledge. Self-knowledge or intuition, which is incontrovertible for you. And so using this music as a vehicle and listening to some of what I suggest with my language, we'd like to invite you to take a journey within, very intentionally, to consider, how did you get here? Well, tonight you can remember, and I invite you to remember how you arrived at this place at this time. But also earlier you were thinking about coming. Maybe you had to organize your day and plan ahead. And all of that is related to your own inner life and private experience. And that's what I'm asking you to touch right now with Gnosis. How do you know yourself best? Is it when you deliberately recall some of your activities during the day, perhaps before bed? Is it in dreams that you know yourself best? Perhaps you are a dreamer, and you believe that dreams really do convey this special inner truth, gnosis. There might be a place on the planet. Maybe it's Key West. Maybe it's some part of Key West or somewhere far away. Maybe you were there years ago, but you remember it to this day. When you were there, you knew your authentic self, and you felt as if this is a place for me. And part of you is perhaps still rooted there. Connect with that. Know yourself as that person, authentically. This suggests to me what Satie was getting at with this enchanting music and the title of his piece, Gnossienne. Some might say it's a lucid dream. When do you know yourself best? When are you awake? Can you be awake during the dream of ordinary life. Suffer the little children. This is what Jesus said according to the Gospels of, to suffer is painful, but means also to admit, and children, despite or because of their innocence. He also said, for the kingdom of God belongs to say Christians, is God, the Son of God, whose love saves the world, and he is also called the Son of, in fulfillment of a prophecy. And just like anyone of woman born, Jesus had to, but the story continues. He came back in order to, if you believe all this, then you must, whether or not you believe, the pain, the misery of those who want, as we all do, to live happily. The next two pieces are both by George Gershwin, and one of them has words accompanying the music, and one of them will be purely an instrumental. Hard words to say. Time was and now eventually has arrived. Only remember can reasonably cry. Of bayonets, nothing. Displays behind store windows. Who is a hero in the telephone book? Days that begin to accumulate, and the sand on sills, curbs, and overpasses. Another person is dead. Keep counting. Justice is a bigger, faster model. Materiel, a round of ammo. Ordnance, another sound. Futures has a certain ring. Futures is engaged to Wednesday, but wed and Thursday have a child. Flesh is weak, but he means well. Listen, anonymous sources say, the west wind you know by name, it means to change or die. La Bête is a pussycat, after all. Butterfly, the most difficult to tame. Because I had nothing to read. The ginger and schnapps. I write on a brown paper napkin. Then I take stock of my time. After Mount Tam and the redwoods below, after Twain's mysterious stranger, O'Connor's misfit, and the graveyard dancer, the accordion player in mink with handcuffs for sale in Key West, I ride my bike to the White Street Pier and peer all the way to Havana. Why don't I belong to the last word, but instead the first syllable and sound, ah? Emily D. must have mused and refused to answer except to herself. The hopeful protagonist in taffeta, the bird on a globe of glass. Which trifle does the God King prefer after his night of shoveling snow? My body, your body, our bodies like matchsticks, our bodies like smoke, like wood dappled with flames, our bodies like yellowing leaves, our bodies like broken glass, our bodies like strings of rain, like flowers exploding with seeds, like torrents of rain, our bodies never the same after love, our bodies all the same, quite gone after death, our bodies alive with hope, our bodies also of hate, our possessive bodies, our bodies afraid to grow old, our bodies like tumblers of brandy, our bodies like chalices of gold, our bodies like rainbows, our bodies of light made to shimmer, our bodies arrayed with the stars, our bodies of galactic proportions, our bodies like baskets of blood, our bodies of loam, of mud, our bodies on loan from the sun, our bodies, where do we keep their true hearts? Is the soul to be found among nerves, in synapses, sparkling with joy, crackling with horror at the cruelties our bodies inflict on each other? Where are the mothers, the fathers with kisses like bread for their children? Where, right now, is my own body, whose breath is this song, whose questions so vital? Why are we killed in the name of a god? Why are we traded for pieces of silver? Why do some bodies burn? Why are some bodies faceless? Why do the eyes of so many go blank, their voices gone dumb, while their digits are twiddling keys, and outside their doors the bodies of others lie dead? Somebody, answer me now. I require your answer in person. I insist that your body, human as mine, be humble as salt and bold as a diamond at dawn, gracious as corn, erotic as an orchid, and proud as a tower of wheat. Your body, my body, soft as the down of a gosling, fierce as a falcon falling from heaven, silent as water under the grass, smooth as the skin on warm milk, bright as the tongue of a cat. Void of desire or craven or cold, brimming with passion, detached or self-sacrificing, ignorant, eloquent, jealous, divine, our bodies soon gone. Our bodies, the bodies we dance through. Thank you. Thank you all very much for being here with us tonight. Jiayin Shen.
Thank you so much for being here, and Peter and I would like to thank the studio for really let us, and the artist and writer, to roam free in our freedom and in our creativity. And before I joined the studio, as a resident in 2014, I was really focused on my solo works. But the studio really give me insight and ideas to collaborate with writers and with visual artists. So really, sky's the limit. This is a place, it's a sanctuary for artists and writers. So we would like to thank the studio. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer.
When did you start collaborating?
We experimented in 2014, but this program took us about a year, to plan out our program, and we rehearsed remotely mostly until we got down about 2 weeks ago.
Can you talk a little bit about how you kind of match poems with the music, or what the sort of process was, and maybe like how it seemed like the rhythm of the poems matched
Well, we started with Mendelssohn, Song Without Words, because that, that composition just seems quite appropriate. And also, in that composition, really, what's missing are the words. So putting words to that piece just really rhymed, very well. From there, we tried different repertoire. Not all pieces that worked. So we did consider balance, rhythm, if it would rhyme well, and especially I think mood was a big word, right? The mood, we consider a lot about pairing the music with the mood of the poem and mood of the music.
Yeah, so I think we're both romantics, right? I mean, so we both have this, and by romantic, I mean really what that word suggests, a kind of expansiveness, living from the heart, life as an adventure, as a journey, right? A romance, in fact, that's the word, isn't it, in French for a novel, romance? That is something we have in common, and I think the collaboration would not have worked if we didn't feel that commonality to begin with. So there was a lot of trust in that, and then as we worked on the repertoire, it was about feeling our way along. Now, myself, I have worked with musicians in many different contexts, right? I've done spoken word spontaneously with jazz-like ensembles. I have also, on occasion, done my poems with other musicians, none of them as accomplished as Jiayin. So I'm quite comfortable with that. And long ago, I realized that I write with a natural rhythm, right? My language has a rhythm. And I'm always reading aloud as I compose my poetry. So then, ultimately, for this collaboration, as she just said, it was a matter of finding the mood and the rhythm and not trying to make the words stick to particular notes, but having a feeling for when certain phrases ought to be occurring with the phrases of the music. So Jiayin had picked the Mendelssohn, and we started working around that, and then we came up with the idea that, in fact, the three sections of World Headquarters Late March really lined up pretty well with the different feelings of those first three of the Mendelssohn songs without words. So that's an example of how we did it. And then, Jod, the rest of it was really just intuition, gnosis, right? Just really, what feels right, and playing it again and again until we were really quite sure that things were fitting together and that we weren't forcing anything to be together.
I would say, really the whole process started when we planned out the piece and we tried, really we sort of just worked our way out. And it was like really, felt like experimentation, but a lot of times it was intuition. We just, at times, we play, I will play the piece and Peter would read. And not two times, actually, we would feel exactly the same. Every time it would be slightly different. It would, based on mood or time in different places. So I would say, this journey was really quite wonderful because it really brought our creativity out and brought maybe something, at least in me, it's how words rhyme with music. In opera, we a lot of time hear music, text painting with words, but in poem and music, I would say it works more loosely. It's not quite word to text the music to paint the text. So it really was quite a wonderful creative journey.
So I'm guessing you liked it because you didn't walk out. So that's great. This is the first time we've done it live in front of any kind of audience, right? Only one or two other people have heard us rehearsing. So yes. Thank you. Well, we don't have a recording of it. We did tonight, because this is our first real live performance, we did actually record it for ourselves. I don't know what'll become of that. I will once again put a plug in for my book. If you want the poems, they're all in World Headquarters, and I'm happy to sell them and sign them for you. Keep listening to what you heard. You know, I often find this as a lover of music, especially if I've gone to a concert of first-rate classical music. I can't necessarily actually recall what I heard, but I have a feeling that stays with me. And I might remember, let's say that we started with Mendelssohn. You might want to hear more Mendelssohn, right? I think I had underestimated Mendelssohn myself until we started doing this work together. So keep listening for what you remember and the feeling that you have tonight.
And I think as a pianist, as an artist, you know, I every time I play a piece of music, I always have an image or a picture or even color. I think it's always connected with imagination. So in this sense, you know, I think words work as imagination and really adds another layer to the music. And I would say it works vice versa. So, well, thank you very much for coming out. And we're